Hi, I'm Shannon Doyle and I'm the owner and principal broker here at Eugene Realty Group. And we get a lot of questions about what costs are involved in buying a home and also when those fees are due and lots of questions like that. So just in case you haven't bought a home in a while or maybe it's your first time buying a home, I thought I would just do a little short video explaining a little bit of what the fees are, when they're due, what they're for, and about how much they are, that kind of stuff. So basically, the fees that are going to be involved in buying a home can be broken into three categories. And the first one is your down payment, which is basically your down payment for the loan. So loans, there's a couple different loans that are 0% down. There's an FHA loan that's 3.5% down. And then conventional loans range anywhere from 3% down to about 20% down or more. You could always put more down. So that's your down payment, and that's not going to be due until the very end of the whole process. So that's not something you have to come up with up front. However, saying that, funds do have to be what's called seasoned, so they do have to be in the bank for a while, but certain types of loans allow for you to receive your down payment as a gift. There's all kinds of different options out there. And I'm actually going to do another video on the different types of loans, so you can track down that video and get a little bit more information on that. So the first category is your down payment, and that's just calculated usually as a percentage of the loan price, or basically your purchase price is what it is. I said the wrong word there. So it's pretty easy to calculate. Then there are closing costs. And closing costs are what can vary quite a bit. That can depend on the type of loan that you're getting, the lender that you work with, and just kind of some of the things in the process. So the closing costs are oftentimes a rule of thumb is about 3% of the purchase price, just to give you a little ballpark idea. But really talking to a lender and going through the whole process, it's going to depend on your credit score and how much you're putting down and different things like that. But closing costs also are due at the very end, so not right up front. And those include fees that you would pay to the lender. There's going to be property taxes, there's going to be homeowners insurance, there's going to be some title and escrow fees involved, and there could be a variety of other things, but those are kind of some of the big ones. So as I said, that's not due until the end. So often your down payment and closing costs are kind of put together on a closing statement at the very end of the escrow, and then it gives you a breakdown of what credits you get and what your debits are, and then it gives you a figure, and then that's what you're going to be bringing at the end for your final amount. And the other third piece of the fees that you're going to incur is your inspection fees. And these are typically due right up front, or at least in the very beginning of the escrow. So you're usually going to have a home inspection and a pest and dry rot inspection. And a whole house inspection can range anywhere from about $400 to $600, and it really depends on the square footage of the home, so it's based on that. And they go around and they check every, plug and light switch and open every window, and they go up in the attic and crawl under the house, and they really check everything out. And so that's paid right up front at the inspection time, and you'll pay that directly to the inspector. And then the other fee you'll have is an appraisal fee. The lender requires that a third party goes out there who's called a licensed appraiser, and that fee is usually due up front also. And those can range anywhere from about $500 to $700, and again, it's kind of based on the size of the home and the lender that you're working with. So those fees you're going to get an estimate from the lender right up front when you meet with them. It's an initial disclosure that you get, and they'll tell you exactly how much money you need to buy a house. And one other piece that's not a fee, but it's something to be aware of, is called earnest money. And earnest money is a good faith deposit that you will make right up front when your offer is accepted. And this goes to the title company. They collect all the money and disperse all the money through the process. And your earnest money is often about 1% of the purchase price. It could be more, it could be less, but that's kind of a rule of thumb. And that money actually goes and you deposit it with the escrow company and they just hold it through the whole process until you close on the home and get your keys. And it actually will just get applied to your closing costs and down payment at the end, but it is something that's due up front. So if you're budgeting and planning ahead, you'll want to plan on earnest money being the first thing, and then you'll have those inspection fees of the inspection and the appraisal, and then all the rest of the money isn't due until the very end. So I hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We have an amazing team of agents here at Eugene Realty Group. They will be happy to answer any of your questions. We can also put you together with a fantastic lender who can answer all kinds of questions as well about, credit scores and the process and all that for the loan part of things. So if we can do anything to help you or answer any questions, feel free to give us a call, text us, or email us anytime, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks so much.